the sky became young Manikfan's comrade when he was working in the Minicoy Observatory. He incessantly observed the waxing and waning of the moon for many years. This keen observer is now presenting a revolutionary formation in the lunar calendar. A bad experience in Lakshadweep administrator Murkoth Ravuni in 1965 was the incident that motivated Manikfan for such an endeavor. This unified Hijiri calendar encompasses both Quran's principles in assessing years as well as current scientific facts. Manikfan believes that this concept would not only open an untreated path to the Muslim society, but also to the whole of humankind.
Now, as we see, the Muslim world is celebrating these Eids in different days. And in the lunar calendar, this will not happen. This is because of our ignorance about the moon phases, which shows the date for the mankind, that we are continuing this mistake. Now, how do we measure this day? Day is one rotation of the globe Earth from one point to the same point. This can be measured astronomically using the sun at noon. When the sun is overhead, and next day when it is overhead, this is 24 hours. But today, most of the people are not aware of this fact that there is a place where days change in the world, and that's why we have the problem of this Eid falling on 3 days.
Manikfan has submitted the renewed version of lunar calendar for the next 5,000 years to the Saudi government. He travels extensively through Gulf countries, Kerala, Sri Lanka, Tamil Nadu, and Maldives in an attempt to convince the scientific credibility of this calendar to the common people.
If we take the natural system, the moon, this never happens. It goes with the system. So, we will not have to put adjustments at intervals. The calendar and the time will be going on together. So, that is why we have to use the lunar calendar ultimately. The solar calendar will always be creating some problems. Even today, the scientific people use the lunar calculations and they convert into solar dating system. That is how it is presented to the world. In lunar calendar, we use the rotation of the moon around the earth. It is measured in 2 ways and signs. The exact rotation of the moon around the earth can be calculated by using a star. When the moon comes to a particular star and again when it comes to that star, this is called the sidereal lunar month in science. This has a span of 27.3 days. And another is the measurement taken with the sun. This is connected with the phases and stages of the moon. This is when the moon comes to the sun and then again comes back to that position. This is called synodic lunar month in science. This is the month mentioned in the Quran.
Moreover, being a man from the Lakshadweep, I knew they are all very simple-hearted, open, very good people. So I had a kind of a respect to him. And I was listening to the khutbah and I just started wondering, this face is familiar, the khatib, the face is very familiar. When I looked, it was none but Ali Manikfan. It came to the level of respect because he's a very knowledgeable person, not only in science, but in the religious affairs also.
Islam says that it is stressing the unity of the mankind. Here people are fasting when the other group is feasting. Feasting and fasting in the same day will not be correct. So it has to be celebrated in the same day. But this is not understood because people do not have the proper knowledge of the day and date. First of all, the center Makkah should have a proper dating system based on the moon, that is lunar calendar. The present calendar followed there is not on scientific basis, and this confusion takes place whenever Eid or Ramadan comes. So I have contacted Rabitatul Alam Islamiyya, which was dealing with the subject in 1994. But now things have become worse, and I had to go to Saudi Arabia and meet the concerned people. That is King Abdulaziz, City of Science and Technology, which is preparing the calendar for Saudi Arabia. I have met the Minister of Islamic Affairs in Riyadh and different people there in regard to this. And I have submitted a report stating that this present condition of the calendar has to be changed.
I think it's the most important contribution of Mr. Manikfan as far as we are concerned is concept of a uniform Hijra calendar. This concept of a uniform Hijra calendar is he was trying to propagate, and it has got some result, though it has not still been fully accepted by the Muslim community. I am sure that it will be accepted. It may take because the people has to be educated about that, and then alone they will understand the importance of adopting a uniform Hijra calendar for the entire Muslim community.
It's a very important subject where my attention is necessary, because nobody else is doing that. I feel that it must be brought to the notice of the people that the system we are following now is a very, very wrong way. So I feel that this has to be corrected. I have taken up a mission in my life, that is the wrong method of dating system in our Muslims. I thought that this can be corrected, rectified within a short span of 5 years. But when I started working on it, people are not ready to accept the truth, and it is still going on.
At present, he has kept aside all the scientific works he had planned of for the campaigning of his exemplary concept of unified Hijri calendar for the rest of his life.